So we got to play a bunch of Nintendo Land.
We did.
We went to Redmond, to Nintendo's office, and just pretty much played Nintendo Land all day. What was your favorite game?
We had some fun with the little Luigi Ghost one.
Yeah, that was cool.
Their E3 thing was just way too long, and people were like, why are they wasting so much time with this? But when you actually get to sit down and play it, you had a lot of fun, actually.
That's the thing. Like, the charm in all those Nintendo Land games, like, none of them are because of the visuals, right? Everyone's kind of burnt out on the me thing, and yeah, okay, so this guy has Link's hat on, or this person is dressed in Samus's armor, but that's not the point. Even when you strip away all the looks, like, these are just fun games. Like that Luigi one you were talking about, it was so tense, but only because it was on the Wii U, because of the controller.
The Wii was an experience that you didn't have anywhere else anytime before. The Wii U, that idea of having the screen here and you're the only one that can see this stuff and everyone up there is looking at something else, only you know this stuff. Like you've got this like secret thing here, which we saw too in that Game & Wario thing where you're a spy and you're going around. That feeling I've never had in a game where it's like, oh, they don't know what I'm doing.
The Animal Crossing one really took advantage of that, where you could see the entire map pretty much. You're controlling these two guards with each analog stick. It was one of those tense things where everyone playing on screen doesn't have a whole overview of the map, so they have split screens. And you know where they all are pretty much and can go and hunt them down. It's weird for me to think like that Luigi game and that Animal Crossing game, I didn't expect Nintendo Land games to get that suspenseful.
Well, that's the thing is I think when we went to Redmond, it was a completely different thing than when I first played it at E3.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wrote a bunch of stuff about it, and I think we did some videos about it where I was super, super critical of it. And I said it was just really dumb. I said it was really simple. It's not going to be the success that Wii Sports was or whatever, which, you know, that's still debatable, obviously. But like the first thing they showed me at E3 was that Takamaru's Ninja Castle thing.
The shuriken, which was the weakest one.
It's literally the first time I'd ever played the Wii U was throwing shurikens at little paper ninjas, which, yeah, easily
that
the
thing should be scrapped. Like the shuriken thing from Kirby's Return to Dreamland is a better game than that, and it's simpler.
But what we saw at Redmond is what they should have had at E3, although maybe it would have been harder to, you know, get 4 people together. And
that's just the thing. Even if they had got 4 people together, you're on a show floor, it's gonna be loud. At Nintendo's office, it's a perfect replication of, you know, what we'd be doing on a Friday night or something. You got 5 people sitting on a couch, and it's quiet, and you can get into it and hear each other talk, and that's the way to play the game. Even if Nintendo dedicated the entire E3 press conference and you got as many fake actors jumping around as they wanted, like, you're never going to be able to communicate that to people. People just got to get their hands on it. Because I was going into it pretty negative too.
Well, even a couple of the like single player focused games, like Donkey Kong Crash Course, that's pretty fun.
It's probably like one of the most challenging games that they had on there too. You could see the zoomed out version of it on the screen, and then you could see a close up of your cart on the gamepad. Balloon Trip does that too.
Yeah.
The screen has the entire map as you move from right to left, and instead of tapping a button in this Balloon Trip game, you swipe with your stylus to kind of control the wind and keep them afloat.
Well, and I felt that both screens offered something different from a gameplay perspective, where like if you wanted to see what was coming up in terms of obstacles and stuff, you could look at the big screen, see the zoomed out thing, it's like, okay, there's this huge cluster of obstacles here, I can go over this. But then if you need to go through like a really dense area of obstacles, you look at the zoomed in one and you can really like work your way through these like spikes and stuff like that.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun. Like, I honestly, Balloon Trip was the biggest surprise coming out of that, I think, for me.
Metroid
was really fun.
Yeah, it sounds like they were kind of trying to court the Western audiences with that. Like, I think they just seem to think that like, oh, you're shooting stuff. Western audiences will like that, but like it was pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's not like if you love Call of Duty, it's not like this is what you should play. It's just charming, and again, it's the thing where it's like everyone's running around on foot, and it's pretty much the controls you expect trying to shoot down this spaceship. But then you got the Wii gamepad, and you get to see everything. It's that dynamic, like those things working together, that just make it like something we haven't played before.
And even like the hub world, which, you know, they spent some time at the press conference at E3 showing that, but we saw some more of that where you're earning these coins, and there's this little mini game where like a Plinko type thing where you're dropping down, you earn, you know, new prizes that are going to populate the hub world.
Every day we'd pretty much just like wake up at the hotel room and start humming the Nintendo Land music. It was super infectious. You were talking about that shuriken throwing game, the Ninja Castle one. I'd say the other game that I was probably the most negative on coming out of that was the Zelda one. Didn't do a lot for me.
Yes, the fighting's just super basic. It's all just on rails, just kind of hopping around as your meat. Yeah, it's not like the Wii gamepad guys having much more fun.
It was kind of tough. You have limited life and stuff, but do you think that this is a collection of games, or is this a collection of mini games?
It's not like there's 12 full games in Nintendo Land by any means, but I could see myself spending a decent amount of time with several of them. Like the Luigi thing. Imagine having people over and you just want to do some quick, easy thing. Like in the same way that the Wii was. You know, you can bring non-gamers over and they'll probably have fun with it. Very simple explanation.
Yeah. It's not like most mini games. Like, you're not going to go sit down and play Mario Party and be like, I want to do this one where we're on a tightrope, over and over and over and over again. Whereas the Luigi one or the Animal Crossing one, I could see playing it several times in a row, and then, you know, half hour down the road, you're like, all right, let's switch to a different game.
Well, it's like Wii Sports. Everyone played tennis and bowling.
Yeah.
And everyone hated boxing. And then, yeah, golf, some people liked. You know, like some of them you just don't ever play, and some of them you go back to time and time again.
If you took away one thing from the recent Nintendo Land coverage we've had, is it was too easy to write off. Nintendo wouldn't spend that much time in a press conference talking about something they didn't have faith in. And we played it, and it was a great Nintendo game.
Yeah, but they didn't give you that impression at E3, and I think that's their mistake, is they obviously had faith in it, but the way they showed it at E3, everyone was like, why is this such a focus? Like, I mean, half their booth is this thing, and they're just showing I know we keep dwelling on this, but I mean, seriously, this is their big thing. Show the better stuff.
And the better stuff is there, and we played it.
Yeah,
liked it.
It's not like it's going to be like my most anticipated game of the year or anything, but I've made a pretty dramatic turnaround from thinking it was just super dumb and super simplistic to, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this.
Yeah, I'm completely with you.